So I guess I just sit here and wait for people to join them. Sounds boring. Why am I wasting my time with this again? You know what, though? I picked a really great story for today, so we're just gonna go with it. You know, I really don't need you sitting in the corner watching me as I do this. If you want to watch live from the other room, okay? Yeah, it's a performance issue. Go. Hello. Good to see you all. Happy New Year, almost. I just shunned the kid out of the room because he was watching me from the corner, and I'm not about to have that. Hope everyone had a happy holiday, the Avengers and I. I always throw a holiday bash, so we had a great time. Throwing another one tonight. We have a massive New Year's party. I don't have to plan it, so that's why they put me in charge of this live today, which I don't know why I'm working. It's a holiday, but I guess we'll go with it since the kid wanted me on his lives. Something about the Avengers internet plan, social media being better. I don't know. Can we see your suit? Currently in repairs after fighting an alien, so can't really show that to you. And it's in my workshop in the other room, so enjoy this tree. It's almost as good. A little less titanium and aluminum, but we're going with it. Happy New Year, Tony. Happy New Year to you. Bella, good to see you. How's Happy? Happy is great. He's setting up the New Year party. I think he's going to have an aneurysm if I don't help him after I get off this live, but this is my excuse to let him do what he has to do, so at least I can have time alone with 196 of you people. Alright, so I have a book, because I guess that's what this whole live thing is about, according to the kid. So, we will be reading this. I picked this book specifically. I don't know if you've all seen this movie, but it reminds me of when I recruited a certain spider person to be my apprentice. So we'll be reading that probably in the next, I don't know, 5 minutes. Does that sound good? You know what? I don't need to ask you all how much time we're going to do. It's going to be 5 minutes, okay? We're on my schedule today. Love that movie. Good for you. It's one of my personal favorites. So is the kid. How's Edith? She's great. She's still going. Helping me read comments. You know, it's great because I don't actually have to read them. She just reads them to me. Takes a lot of the pressure off. Morgan is great. She had a wonderful Christmas. We got her an actual life-size dollhouse outside of the cabin. So she has her own house now. Happy New Year to you. Where's Friday? What? You can't see her. She's an AI. How's the kid? Other room. All right? I kicked him out because I don't want him watching me as I do this live. I don't even know why he signed me up for this, but life-sized, yes. We do the best for my daughter, okay? Do you not get life-size dollhouses for your children? Weird. Why did I kick him out? Because, you know, you want a kid to watch you while you're doing a live and reading a story. I mean, I guess the story is for a kid, so works, but I'm not about to have this kid in the corner doing what... You just don't get it unless you live with him, okay? I don't want him around. I thought you died. I thought I did too, but I guess I'm here. You know, but death is a weird thing because all things come to an end, right? Except we can just pretend they're not, so that's why I'm alive. And my vision's dead, but of course I am. And Dr. Banner, it's a little, mix up there. How much more is Peter enjoying that dollhouse than Morgan? You know, I think he really enjoys the interior decoration part of it, but told him no science. He hasn't listened to me. He keeps doing, whatever that is, slime, and, the little dots in it that I told them no chemicals in the dollhouse. They're not listening. They're wanting to do science experiments in there. Morgan is, 5. Why she wants to do that now? No idea. But like father, like daughter, I guess. What did I get the kid for Christmas? A new suit upgrade. What else would I get him? Tinsel webs. He asks for it all the time. What state do I live in? A constant state of denial. Who is my favorite Avenger? Me. The one and only. Your mom says Captain America is better than everyone. You know who else said that? Sam Wilson, and we don't see much of him anymore. He's doing weird things. I don't know what he's been up to lately. He went back home and was like working on a boat, so why you would want to do that when we're having a New Year's party is beyond me. Hey, Addie, what's going on? Team Cap or Team Iron Man? Well, I would obviously pick Team Iron Man because that is myself. If you pick Team Cap, you're dumb. Because they all went to jail? Is that like a thing? I don't know. I'm more about me. Me personally. How's Wanda? You know, she's not in her room anymore, so. Alright. 1 minute and we're starting this book. I picked it just for you all. Happy New Year from England. Happy New Year from Avengers Compound. We're having a big party tonight. The good thing is all the Avengers stay here after the holidays, except for the ones that go home, like Barton. I don't see him much anymore, so he's doing whatever he's doing. Who's my favorite, Morgan or Peter? Me. Next question. Who's Peter and aren't you dead? Why are we asking weird questions on this live, okay? We are in denial, constant state of it. Or maybe you are, that I'm not here, that I am here, and you're saying I'm not. Do I approve of Vision's relationship with Wanda? You know, if she wants to date a toaster oven, then that's good for her, I guess. But personally, not my fave. But I guess me and Jarvis kind of have a nice relationship going. So similar vibe. But, you know, Vision is Jarvis now. So now it's Friday. So we have that relationship going on. We have Edith. We have the kid's suit, which I had a great name for. He didn't ask me. So he calls her Suit Lady. And then Karen, which makes sense. I guess he wants to call it a Karen. I don't know. Sparkling or tap water? I'm more of a sparkling. But it's good. Tastes good, but bad for the indigestion. So Pep's been trying to get me on tap water more often than not. It's not as fun, though. Do I like Sparky the dog? Who's that? Are you talking about Wanda's dog? It's fine. I'm good with all dogs. Not a cat person, okay? Winter Soldier brings this cat into the Avengers compound every once in a while. I'm not about it, but here we are. All right. It's 1:36, so let's get started on this book. It's called Elf. I like to call it Peter Parker because this is him, okay? This is exactly what it was like. This is an inside scoop in the day of Spider-Man. So let's see what it's like. First of all, I would just like to say that the art in this book is something I would pay for to hang in the Avengers compound. So I think next holiday season, I'm going to get this framed. What do you all think? Actually, I don't need your permission. I'm just going to do it. Why aren't you asking me to say meow? That's weird. He's going to go to jail one day. Spider-Man? Yes, I hope so. So I can bail him out. Kick him out of Avengers compound. He deserves it. Anyways, Elf. Except the L is the elf. It looks good. I should frame it. I should. All right, let's get going. This is the story of how Buddy the Elf saved Christmas. It's a story that begins many years ago. One Christmas Eve, Santa Claus slid down the chimney of an orphanage with his sack full of toys. Typical, you know. While he was eating some cookies the children had left out for him, a little baby crawled into his sack. There he is. He's really gone for that teddy bear. My mom loves you. Thank you. Everybody does. Not surprised. Am I going to eat a cheeseburger after this? We've got plenty of cheeseburgers at the catering for the New Year's Avengers party, so absolutely. All right, next page. This is how I read stories to Morgan at night, by the way. This is one of her favorite books. I stole this from her stash. On Christmas morning, Santa and his elves were celebrating another successful year of gift-giving when they heard a strange noise coming from the toy sack. It was a baby. Yeah, we're not surprised. We saw that on the first page. Why are they explaining this again? Were you not paying attention, is my question. What time is it in America? 1:39. Have I got my nails done? Of course I did. So I can be annoying and tap all the time. Pepper hates it. That's why I do it. One of the older elves adopted the baby and named him Buddy. I adopted him and named him Peter Parker. So, here we are. That's me, except it's not me. Because I'm actually multiple characters in this story. I am Papa Elf, and I'm also the dad, whatever his name is, Walter Hobbs. That's me. Rename him Tony Stark. That's Peter Parker. All right, we've looked at the page long enough. Let's skip. Next page. Although Buddy grew twice as fast, he was no different than any other elf children. And he had more Christmas spirit than anyone. And if you look here on the whiteboard, that's a blackboard, what am I saying? The code of the elves: treat every day like Christmas. There's room for everybody on the nice list. Yeah, that's a lie. And the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear, which Peter Parker does quite frequently at the Avengers compound. Him and Thor went Christmas caroling the other day. Let me tell you how much of a pain that was. The compound was not silent for 4 hours. So I invested in a pair of earplugs that blocks out specific people so I could hear everybody else but not them. It was great. If anybody wants them, I'll put a word out to the Stark factory, get them going. That and the next Stark watch. 4 hours. Yeah, a lot of singing. Don't really understand it. What about MJ? What do I think about her? She's fine. I love her. She's one of the only people I actually get along with. But it wasn't always easy being a human in an elf's world. Yeah, it's not always easy being a super in a human world, but here we are. Buddy could never make toys as fast as the other elves could. This is exact words right here from the movie. I'm the worst toy maker in the world. I'm a cotton-headed ninny muggins. Yes. You are not a cotton-headed ninny muggins. You're just special. And that's what we say to Thor when we have to try the food he makes for us. You know, it's great relating this to the Avengers. I feel like I'm airing grievances to you all. All right, next page. Buddy did his best to fit in, but Papa Elf knew that he had to tell Buddy the truth. So, Papa Elf told the story about how Buddy had come to the North Pole as a baby. His human father, Walter, aka Tony Stark, never knew that Buddy was born, and Walter lived in a magical place called New York City with his family. If you want to call New York magical, good for you, but I would say it's more of a dirty trash dump. Except for the Avengers Tower, that's like one of the only best location spots there. I'd say we're even better than Times Square or, you know, Empire State Building. Any of those. Is Steve as annoying as he sounds? He's more annoying than he sounds, yes. How's Pepper? She is great. She's hanging out with Morgan so I can do this live for the next couple of hours. But that wasn't all. Santa had one more surprising thing to tell Buddy. Your father, he's on the naughty list. Here's the difference between me and Walter. I'm actually on the nice list 24/7, so. No! That's what Peter Parker sounds like constantly. Some people just lose sight of what's important in life, Santa explained. That doesn't mean that he can't find his way again. Maybe all he needs is a little Christmas spirit. I love your nails so much. Thank you so much. They're designer. Am I actually Santa undercover? Obviously. New York is Avenger City. Yep, you got that right. Buddy was determined to bring Christmas cheer to his father and to all of New York if he could. Buddy said goodbye to Santa, the elves, and Papa Elf, and he knew that they would always be there for him. Can you kidnap Peter? Please, get him out of here. Does he whine a lot? Yes. Do I like Ned? He's fun. Hacks into my security a little bit too often for me, but... Alright, Buddy traveled through the 7 levels of the Candy Cane Forest after the narwhal said, "Bye, Buddy, hope you find your dad." I hear that the people in Midtown High say that to Peter quite often. Past the sea of swirly, twirly gumdrops, and then he walked through the Lincoln Tunnel, which, I think it's a little bit faster if you just fly through the Lincoln Tunnel, but that's just me. Get your suit on. Does Peter get enough apple juice? He has a stash for years. I bought the company, okay? Pancakes or waffles? Neither. Too fluffy for me. I need something drier, like an omelet. Bucky, apparently I'm thinking of him. Buddy quickly learned that New York City truly was a magical place. He made new friends, and he got his shoes shined. Yeah, that's not how you hail a taxi, by the way. Ran circles through a revolving door and played hopscotch on the crosswalk. So basically this is just an average day of Spider-Man patrol, is what I'm hearing. Interesting. Where's Nat? She's helping set up for the New Year's party. I put her to work since I'm doing this for you all. Do you have a problem with that? She's busy, okay? You love everything about this. Yeah, well, I don't, so. The kid's making me do this? Oh, great. What was that? Thanks, I guess. Looking like cowboys in here. Finally, Buddy went to see his father, who worked in the office at the Empire State Building. Personally, I think we should have just changed it to Avengers Tower. But Buddy's dad didn't want to see him. He didn't believe that Buddy was his son or an elf and ordered him to leave. Buddy was beginning to understand why Walter was on the naughty list. Yeah. I don't know. Relatable. Buddy the elf, what's your favorite color? Yeah. Personally, mine is like a hot rod red. Buddy left feeling discouraged, but then he saw something that made him smile. A big store decked out for Christmas. Inside, a girl named Jovi was decorating a Christmas tree, and Buddy was glad to meet another human who understood elf culture. So is this Thor coming down to Earth? It sounds very similar. Jovi told him that Santa would be visiting the store the next day, and Buddy was so excited to see Santa again. He's been gone for him from like 5 minutes in the story. Why is he missing him already? Will I be your new father? You know what? I have way too many children right now because all of the Avengers keep trying to get me to sign these adoption papers for them, so no. Buddy stayed up all night decorating the store in preparation for Santa's arrival. This was a few weeks ago. All of the Avengers decked out the compound. Hence this tree that we still have yet to take down, but everyone's calling me a Grinch for wanting to move on go to the next holiday, you know? But here we are, the tree's still behind me, and we're reading A Christmas Story, so I guess I didn't win this one. Who am I kidding? I always win. We're gonna figure it out. This is just a bump in the road. But look at all this decor. When Santa arrived the next morning, Buddy realized that he was an imposter. You smell like beef and cheese. You are not the real Santa, and you sit on a throne of lies. Interesting. Buddy ripped off the fake Santa's beard and all the children screamed, and he caused such a ruckus that the store manager called Buddy's dad to pick him up. So he split a ferry in half and had to get me to save the day. Sounds about right. I'm going to hold it here so you can all see the pictures. Because Morgan told me that that's like the most important part of the story. So whenever I have to read stories, I also have to pause so she can see the pictures. She's more interested in that than the words. She's 5, so. Do I approve of MJ and Peter being together? Yes, because she gets him out of my hair. If they could just go and like have a couple date nights a week, I can get some peace and quiet for myself. So, works for me. Buddy met his dad's wife, Emily, and their son, Michael. They were much friendlier than his dad. And at dinner, Buddy told his family about the 4 main food groups that elves eat. All right, everybody say it with me. Candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup. You know, I'm not a big syrup person. Has to be a very specific one that I get imported from Maine, from this very specific oak tree, okay? Buddy had made a whole list of things that he wanted to do with his dad. I'm going to read them off to you because they're on this Etch-a-Sketch right here. Make snow angels for 2 hours. Sounds too long for me. Go ice skating. I'm not really a fan. Eat a whole roll of cookie dough as fast as we can. I'm down for that one. Snuggle. No. If you touch me, you're dead. But Buddy's dad didn't want to do any of those things. All he wanted to do was work. Sounds like me. I would much rather be working on a suit. But here we are. Try golden syrup. Haven't tried that one. Have to put it on the list. The 2023 Adventure of Taste list that we have going at Avengers Compound. Mr. Stark, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Thank you for joining the live, since the kid made me do it. So, Buddy went to work with his dad. He tried coffee and he helped answer the phone. Oh, here's the line. Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? Honestly, I'm not really sure why he's not a fan of coffee. Just drink a couple black cups a day and you're good. Up till 3 a.m. working on suits. If you're not, it's pretty sad for you. And he sorted packages in a shiny mailroom. My New Year's resolutions. To not get as angry with the kid. I'd say that's a pretty good one. He makes it very difficult though, so we'll see. I think it's gonna last probably about 2 seconds. Buddy had forgotten about Jovi, the girl from the store. Oh, he had not. Oh, sorry. On Christmas Eve, they skipped down the sidewalk together, and he showed her a sparkly Christmas tree in a shop window. How nice. They're on a date. Glad they're enjoying themselves. This is where I get my peace and quiet time. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Have a great day. And Jovi showed Buddy the biggest tree in all of New York City. If anyone doesn't know what tree this is, do you live under a rock? It's the Rockefeller Christmas tree. It's like the most famous tree in the entire world. I've donated a few trees in the past couple years. Over at the cabin. Cut them down. Perfect size. From upstate New York. Sometimes from Avengers Compound. We have a lot. We had to cut a bunch of trees down when we had to clear the area so we can make the compound. But we were sure to plant trees, okay? I'm all about saving the earth here, but we gotta do what we gotta do to train the Avengers so we can, like, save the earth and stuff, you know? Buddy was so excited that he interrupted a big meeting at his dad's office to tell him all about Jovi. I'm in love. I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it. But Buddy's dad didn't want to be interrupted. He told him to get out. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Thoughts on Groot being a tree? I mean, it's cool. Finally, an Avenger that is on my level. Do I like Pop-Tarts? I would if Thor didn't eat all of them. Unfortunately, I don't eat any. All right. Buddy was so upset that he decided to run away and he left a note behind. And here's what the note said. All right? Here's what the note said. I'm sorry I ruined your lives and crammed 11 cookies into the VCR. I don't belong here. I don't belong anywhere. I'll never forget you. Love, Buddy. Do Peter and Morgan act like brother and sister? I'd say that Peter acts like a big brother, yes. Morgan looks up to him. They play princesses and dragons all the time. One of their favorite games to play. Honestly, I offered to make them a real dragon, but they said they prefer the make-believe. Why? I don't know. I'd just get a real dragon. I'll make them. I'll make one. When Michael told his dad that Buddy was missing, Walter felt sorry for yelling at him. He knew what he had to do. Walter's boss didn't want him to leave the meeting, but Walter said that nothing was more important than finding his son. Do I like Billy and Tommy? They're around sometimes. They're interesting. Kids with powers, a little too much for me. Buddy was on his way out of the city, but then he saw something strange overhead. It was Santa's sleigh, and it was falling from the sky. This reminds me of one Christmas. I was flying. You know, my house kind of exploded, and Jarvis sent me to Tennessee. I just woke up in the middle of the night, flying through the air. That's what it looked like. We were fine, though. Met one of my apprentices there, Harley Keener. Do I know where Peter went? Yes, I can see him through the window, even though I told him to leave. Buddy found Santa in Central Park. My sleigh can't fly without Christmas spirit, and there's no Christmas spirit anymore, Santa explained. I need an elf's help. But Santa, I'm not an elf. Buddy, you're more than an elf than I have met anybody else in this world. And there they are, talking and enjoying themselves. I understand. The kid calls it a vibe. I understand the vibe. You have to find this book. I believe the kid bought it at Target in the children's section. It's Morgan's book now, but he did buy it for her. So I stole it for this live. Suddenly, Walter and Michael burst through the trees. They had been looking for Buddy all night. Buddy, I need to apologize to you, Walter said. You've been right about everything, and I don't want you to leave. You're my son, and I love you. I love you too, Dad. Glad they're finally making amends. I'll hold it up higher so you can see. While Buddy helped Santa fix the sleigh, Walter and Michael joined Emily and Jovi in the crowd outside Central Park. They needed to help people to find their Christmas spirit. Jovi remembered something that Buddy had told her, that the best way to spread Christmas cheer, everybody, is singing loud for all to hear. Why did I steal the book and didn't ask for it? Because I own everything that Morgan owns, okay? She's my kid, but I buy her everything. It's still mine. That life-size dollhouse I gave her, still mine. She just is allowed to borrow it. It's on a loan. One by one, everyone began to sing. It's working, Buddy exclaimed, except everybody for Walter. Everybody except Walter, because he's a jerk. Dad, you have to sing. Finally, Walter joined in. Santa Claus is coming to town. He already came to town, though, a couple days ago. About a week ago now. How was everyone's Christmas, if you celebrate? Or it was the last night of Hanukkah, too. And Kwanzaa, the day after that. Hope everyone had a good holiday. We sure did here at the Avengers compound. Does Morgan have her own? So, you know, I try not to encourage the kid. She's 5. So if we could not do that. Just in the nick of time, Santa's sleigh soared into the sky. There it goes. There was so much Christmas spirit in the air that the sleigh flew all the way to the top of the Empire State Building. If anyone was wondering, we do that in New York. The Avengers Tower does that too. We get a little bit of a festive lights show going for the holidays. Ours is much better than the Empire State Building though, so if you're ever in New York during Christmas time, be sure to check out the Avengers Tower. We have a fireworks show going on tonight for New Year's. Yes, I got a permit. Relax. Pepper's always up in arms about that. So figured I'd let you all know. The next day was Christmas. It was the best Christmas ever because Buddy got to spend it with his whole family doing all his favorite things. Singing, giving gifts, and snuggling. And yeah, I'm not about the snuggling. I don't like being touched. I don't like being handed things. Okay? So gift giving is not really a vibe for me. I'll pick them up off the floor. If you leave them under the tree, I will grab them. I pass them out. I don't like being handed things. Does Natasha ever babysit? Frequently. She's more about the Barton kids than mine, though. Something about a bias. One of them's named after her. And that's the story of how, with a little help, Buddy the Elf managed to save Christmas. And his spirit saved a lot of other people, too. What a joyous occasion. And that's the end. And if you can look, they had a child. How lovely. Very sweet of them. I should get Bucky. He's a little busy sleeping on my couch in the other room. There's a narwhal. I truly do believe that narwhals are real. I'm investing in research to find them. Also, here is Buddy the Elf with his pasta plate of sugar. That's a typical morning meal for Spider-Man, if anyone was wondering. Does Peter drive? He did get his license a couple of years back now. I managed to get him in early. Am I building a suit today? You know, I decided to take the day off. A rare occurrence for me, I know. So, no. Pepper would have my head. All right. Well, we have about 15 minutes. The kid told me to do a Q&A between this one and the next live. So I guess we can do that. I'll answer some more questions. Not that I haven't been doing that before. You're all asking things while I read the story. Can Happy read us the story? Why would Happy want to read it? He's a little busy setting things up. He's going to have an aneurysm if I add another thing to his plate. How many children do I have? One. Her name is Morgan. She is 5. Who is Morgan's favorite? It's me, because she loves me 3,000. So I won that one by a landslide. Can I exchange Peter for your baby brother? Honestly, I feel like watching another child would be easier than watching this kid. So yes, sure. What did I get Morgan for Christmas? I said earlier, I got her a life-size dollhouse. She can walk through it. Good for her. What did I get Pepper for Christmas? You see, this is a hard one every year for me. Because one year, I got her a giant teddy bear. She was not about that. It was actually a bunny, but whatever. She called it a bear. She did not like that one. She didn't like when I got her strawberries this one time. So I just don't think that she really appreciates my gifts much. So usually what I do is I just get her like a Louis Vuitton bag. Call it a day. I did get her a dress this one time, but I didn't really pick it out. She bought it for herself for her birthday on my card. So usually I let her do the picking. This year, I did get her a dress. She did actually enjoy that one. So I think our communication's getting a little bit better, but she's allergic to strawberry. I know. She's told me a million times, okay? I know. And Peter's allergic to peppermint. We've had these conversations, all right? What sports does Peter play? You know, he's not really into sports after the whole enhanced abilities thing. It's going to give it away. He would love to play football. He does not. We play at the Avengers compound sometimes. I think he enjoys getting to rummage around with Thor, and one of his favorite things to do. What did I get Peter for Christmas? Upgraded suit. That's all he asks for every year, and that's what he gets. And an iPad. That kid needs an iPad. Happy holidays to everyone at the compound. Thank you. That's more of a happy holiday to me because I'm in charge of everything. So I appreciate all the well wishes going to me and not any of the other vendors, okay? That's what that was. What did I get for Christmas? Everything. I just buy things for myself and put the names from the other vendors on it. So parts for my suits. That was from Sam. Thank you, Sam. And then I got, another arc reactor that I spent hours and days, hours of the nights working into days working on. That one was from Pep. Just put her name on that one. The kid, he was super generous to me this year. Got me a couple more Tom Ford suits. Thank you. How he was able to afford that, well, we all know, because it was me. Does Sam sleep on Bucky's couch? He does. He talks about the couch all the time. I like to think that my couch is a little bit better than his, but sure, whatever. Whatever you want to say. Have I met Peter 2 and 3? If I did, I don't think I would be okay, because I can barely handle one. Oh, look at that. Thank you for the, is that 2023 as a sticker? Interesting. We're all about consumerism here. Would I learn magic? You know, I think that would just make me the Wizard 2.0, and I'm not really a fan of that, so science in itself is its own magic. Nanotechnology seems like magic to me. Who is my favorite Avenger? Myself. Who else would you pick? It's definitely not Barton, because he's always in my vents. I have to clean them quite frequently. I'm going to get him a sweatshirt with a mop attached to it soon. I'm getting sick of this. Which suit is my favorite? You know, the Hulkbuster was a good one. I think that was the biggest one I've made. Nanotech one is pretty good too, because it's not as clunky and easier to, you know, carry with you. Just tap it right there. Right on you. Would you look at that? Thank you so much for all these stickers. The kid's going to be overjoyed when he sees this, by the way. This is his account. I'm just borrowing it for the day. What's my opinion on Loki? I mean, you know, he did try to kill me one time, and he took over my tower. So, not really a fan, but Thor wants him around, so I guess he can hang out here. Can you be Spider-Woman? I don't think we have a Spider-Woman yet. Do you have spider powers? Still trying to figure out how the kid managed to break into the Avengers Tower and get bitten by one of our radioactive spiders that Banner was working on, but I'm trying to get that information out of him for a couple years now. He won't tell me. So, have I met She-Hulk, Bruce's cousin? Yes. That's all I have to say about that. Do I have a favorite Christmas song? It's Jingle Bells, but the remix version, so much better. Can you please go out with Natasha? I don't think that's an opinion of my own. She needs to get out more, so hopefully she says yes. You'll take the job for free. You have powers. If I don't have to pay you, then sure. Avengers payroll is slowly building. There's more and more heroes the more that we sit around and do nothing. So I'm kind of confused by that, actually. Thoughts on gingerbread? Not my favorite cookie. You know, I do like a good gingerbread, but it's not the ones from those weird kits that you pull out. Those are always stale. If you make a gingerbread, it has to be soft, okay? I'm not about the boxed ones. What do they do to that to make it so stale? Do they make it like last Christmas? They make them now for the next year. No, not about it. We usually get a caterer to make our own gingerbread, but Morgan always insists on getting the stupid like Disney themed ones that you can find at the store, and they're always stale. I tell her she better not eat those. They're for decor only. I don't know what they put in those things. Did Peter come over for Christmas? Yes, he stayed here for Christmas. His aunt came over for Christmas. Everyone was here for Christmas, except Barton went home for a while. He refuses to bring his family here, which I don't, whatever. They're going to be fine to leave for one day. The villains take the day off too. They're not going to be doing anything to your family. Relax. He's a little bit paranoid. Do the Avengers get paid? I do have an Avengers payroll. Thank you very much. What would... These are going too fast sometimes. Does Peter stay with us at the cabin sometimes? He has his own room. Yeah. Yep. Where is War Machine? You mean Rhodey? Rhodes is around. You know, he's been flying around. He's been working on some new paint for his suit lately. He's been a little busy. I don't really actually know what he's been doing, but something about, like, army stuff. Whatever they do there. What did I get Harley for Christmas? Well, you know, one year I gave him a potato gun 2.0, but I think we're at, like, 14.0 now. So, every year. It's a tradition now. You all know what those are? Traditions. So I got him a potato gun. Because that's what we do every year. Oh, and he got me a new Dora watch. Best thing. It's extra limited edition. He found it on eBay. Have I met Wade Wilson? Who's that? Did I get Bucky a new arm for Christmas? You know, I leave that up to the Wakandans because it's not really my vibe. They can do that. Something about vibranium. I've been trying to get them to let me make a vibranium Iron Man suit, but I guess some girl did that the other day, so guess I'm out of luck for that one. Do I like Thor's cooking? No, not really. Where's Spider-Boy? He wanted to watch this live in person. I told him to just watch on the phone because isn't that the point of being on the phone? Like, I don't understand. So I kicked him out of the room, but I can see him through the glass, so he better leave or we're going to have a talk later. Oh. You know, not much for snapbacks. But if you need to, like, hide from people, I guess the best is to put on, like, a hat and sunglasses. Works pretty well. Works pretty well. Bucky and Peter's friendship, what are you talking about? They hate each other. Constantly picking on each other. Is Clint in the vents? Most likely. He's always up there, so he knows. He knows. So I just take extra care in making sure that I say the worst things I can possibly think about him. Because if he wants to eavesdrop, then that's on him. Did Peter bring MJ to Christmas? He did. She had a great time. We made sure to get her stuff from the Avengers. She's part of the family now. So, we got her stocking. And then she told us all these facts about why we hang socks near the fire. She likes the concept of it being weird. How do you become an Avenger? We have an online program. You go and fill out a form, send it in. Happy or Pep will look at it in the next 8 to 10 business days. We'll let you know. There's also an internship application. More for, you know, the kids age, like 16 to 23. Do Harley and Peter share a bunk bed? Absolutely, yes. It's easier for them to have kind of a roommate situation going, so. Yes, I answered your question. Why is that surprising? I'm answering lots of questions. That's what the point of this Q&A is, okay? Peter is being bullied. Yeah, we all know. We all know that. I'm handling it. How is Doctor Strange? The wizard? He's fine. Probably locked up in his sanctum right now. I told him to come to the New Year's party, and he was all weird about it. Said something about having to check portals and then check on Wanda. What's the website called? It's the Stark Industries. It's on the Stark Industries page. Where else would it be? Stark Industries internship program. Stark Industries Avengers application. Who's my favorite Avenger? You keep all asking me this question. It's me every time. The answer does not change. Do Morgan and Peter get along? Yes, they do. Is Peter going to college next year? I sure hope so. I have some pull at MIT, so I'm sure he'll end up there or something. Can you sing Spider Bells? Please don't. The kids sang that multiple times. Just 4 hours straight of that. Definitely invest in a pair of earplugs. It's worth it. Do I listen to Taylor Swift? I have to, because Happy and the kid are Swifties. So the Midnight's album came out. They're all hanging out. They had an album party and didn't invite me, even though I got them early access to the album. Explain that one for me. I don't understand. Who was the first Avenger? I like to think it was me. Some people say it's Captain Marvel. Not really a fan of that point of view, so we're going to say it's me. I was the start of Fury's little super secret boy band, so where was Captain Marvel and all of that? I don't care that it's named after her, okay? This is a Tony Stark experience. We're going with me. Did Peter bring Ned to the party? Of course he brought that Ted kid. He hangs out with that kid all the time. Very frequently. All the time. What is my favorite wild animal? What kind of a question is that? And the answer is a bear. Do I listen to the musical? Are you talking about Rogers the Musical? I don't really understand why they don't just call it Tony Stark, The Experience. might have to pay them up for that one. My favorite supercar? I don't know. I made the kid this spider bike this one time. That was pretty cool. All right, I'm going to take like one more question, and then we have to switch over to this other app that the kid wants me to do another live on and read the story again. So I'll see you over there. A couple more questions. Like two, three. What's my favorite ice cream flavor? I'm more of like a, anything with like nuts in it. Stark Raving Hazelnuts. Best one. It was a Ben & Jerry's exclusive. Avengers themed. Macho, thank you so much for sending the picture of me. Appreciate it. Can you work for me? I told you all that the Avengers application is on the Stark Industries page. So just go there. What app? It's the photo sharing app. It's purple and pink. Something like that. I know what it is, but I'm not allowed to say the name. We all know why. Did that say what's my favorite tea? The kind that I can spill to other people. I'm like all about the drama, Super interesting. Is it raining outside right now? I'm sorry, this is not acceptable. It is New Year's Eve, okay? Where's the snow? I'm not about it. All right, it is 2:15. I'm going to take a 5-minute break to go yell at the kid and tell him to get out of my face. And then I'll be back on the purple and pink photo sharing app for another hour of Tony Stark fun. Same username as here. I will see you over there at 2:30. No. Yeah. Oh, so we actually have more time because it's not till 2:30. We have plenty of time. I lied. I'm making fun of time. We're all here. So I'll be here until, another 10 minutes. I was getting the slashing motion signal from the kid, just being like, what are you doing? Learn time. I don't usually have to keep track of time for myself. That's more of Happy's job, so. Yeah, not really a vibe. How much for the glasses? $8 million. The questions showing up on my glasses. Yes, Edith just usually reads them to me. So I don't usually have to read much, which is nice because I just hear it all in my head. From Edith. Seriously, this rain, where did this come from? Do you all hear this? I'm alive? We have like an open kind of sunroom at the Avengers compound, so the rain is like hitting the windows. So where is the snow? Why is it warm out? I'm not really a fan of this. What is my favorite movie? I don't know. I have lots of favorite movies. Fight Club, that's a good one. Am I sad that Steve died? What are you talking about? I'm literally looking at him. He's down the hallway right now. He's helping set up for this New Year's party or something. Thank you for subscribing. That's very kind of you. The kid's going to be so excited when he sees he has another live subscriber on here. I'm sure he's jumping for joy in the other room. What is my favorite Avenger besides you? Me 2.0. I'm your second favorite Avenger. Who's your first? It better not be Cap. Maybe Morgan, I'll accept. Do I see Peter as my son? More like an annoying leech that sits on my life and won't let go. But sure. When will I let the kid try the suit? Never. He has his own. He does not need to try mine. I put everything in his suit, including some heaters. So he's fine. Who is the strongest Avenger? It's me. How does it feel to get Father's Day cards from Peter? I think it's great. For the longest time, I did not get Father's Day cards because I was not a father. He gave it to me a couple years ago. Very sweet. Then I had a kid, so I actually get 2 Father's Day cards now. One from him and one from Morgan. I think it's very nice of them. They really put a lot of thought into it. One year that, Morgan made a couple by hand, so I thought that was nice. How does it feel to be rich? It feels invigorating. Thank you so much for asking that question. Does anyone else have any other questions besides about my money? How do I feel about Moon Knight? Who is that? You all are asking some really weird questions today. Besides the kid, who annoys me most? Probably Thor, because he does not understand etiquette at all whatsoever, alright? Anywhere we go, it's always just something weird going on with him. I don't get it. I don't understand. Where did I get the jacket? It's designer, custom made, Tony Stark exclusive. Got it made for myself. What does Harley get me for Father's Day besides cards? He sends me a little chocolate bouquet sometimes. That's pretty nice. I tell him not to get me anything, okay? Because he's doing his own thing. He's prepping to go to MIT. So. Thoughts on the Scarlet Witch? You know, she's just a kid. She's doing her thing. But she's also a dangerous weapon, so she needs to stay where she is. Will Peter do a live? He did. He was the first one to do it at the beginning of the month. The first Saturday of December. I'm sure he'll do plenty more. He's always here. Got into MIT unlike Peter. Yeah, I have some pull. I'm going to make it work. Not really sure what's going on with that situation, but we're going to figure that out. What do I like most about myself? My charm, my wit, the fact that I am a billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. And a genius. Did I mention the genius part? Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. Okay? Have I seen this girl Jess that mocks me on TikTok? I have. You know, I'm pretty sure. Not really sure how she gets the characterization. Okay? She definitely gets inside scoop from Peter. And I'm going to have a talk with him about that. I'm sure she goes to the same school as him. And that's how she's getting all this information. Or she's actually just friends with Barton and they hang out in the vents all the time. Something weird is going on. Can you have my autograph? I'm not really sure there's a way to do that through the camera. So no. Give Steve a custom Iron Man suit. I think he's plenty dangerous as is with that little vibranium frisbee he's got going on. Giant dinner plate, if you ask me. Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve. We have a great Avengers Tower, Avengers compound party. We were going to do it at the tower. We decided to do it at the compound instead because the team's gotten a little big. When it used to be just the OG6, we would do it at the tower. We had plenty of room. We'd invite some more people. But it's better off when you can just like change the training room into a giant ballroom. They all have a great time. Like kids on Christmas. Going wild. Do I know where Nat is? She's helping set up for the New Year's party right now. It takes a village to get things set up. Not me. I don't bother. I just have all of them do it. Because, you know, the easiest way is to just guilt them all. Reminding them that you give them free housing and food. And then they'll do it for you. That's how you do it every time. Peter and Kate are roommates. Yes, I am aware of this. They also both have rooms at the Avengers compound and tower, so they're in and out all the time. Why they bother to pay a lease on an apartment is beyond me. I don't get it. What is my favorite drink? Whiskey on the rocks. Extra strong. Make a new vision for Wanda. Why does she need a new vision? He's around. He's fine. What do I think about Peter and MJ dating? It's fine. She gets him out of my hair, which is what I want. Tell Peter and Kate I say hi. I'm sure they're watching this live and they know. Do I know where Nat is? I just answered this question. She is around. She is helping set up for the Avengers compound for our New Year's Eve party, okay? I sound like the Grinch. Well, thank you very much. I don't know what you sound like, but I'm sure you also sound like the Grinch. Have I met Billy and Tommy? I have. They're fine. I don't really like to talk about the children on the live because Wanda always does some weird thing whenever I bring them up. So we're going to move on from that question because I'm sure I'm going to never hear the end of it if I talk about them on here. Is there a secret for my amazing hair? Get a hairstylist. Personal hairstylist. Good beauty products. Is Peter allowed to spend time with Strange? Yeah, it's like a, you know, split parenting, co-parenting kind of thing. He spends some weekends at the Sanctum, some weekends here. But, you know, the wizard didn't really want the kid to have a room at the Sanctum. I don't know how he convinced him to do that for him. But he always has a room here. So it's fine. Is Clint in the vents again? Of course. He's always up there. Do I ever question Peter's mental stability every day of my life? Do I like pickles? Absolutely. Very delicious. Is Peter getting rained on? He's not outside. I'm not that much of him. I'm not that evil, okay? Alright, we have about, this time, for realsies this time, we have about 1 minute left. So I'm going to answer a couple more questions, and then I will see you over on the photo app. I'm getting the okay signal from the kids, so I know we're actually on schedule. Am I a Swiftie? Yes, I am. Do I love Peter 3000? I love him 3001. Take that one. Do I know Ironheart? You know, I don't personally, but I heard about her because I was trying to get Wakanda to let me make a vibranium Iron Man suit for days, okay? And all of a sudden, this girl comes out of the blue and makes one for free. She's allowed to go there and hang out? No, not on my watch. We're going to have a chat. I'm going to show up to MIT. We're going to have a little discussion. Okay? Opinions on bread. My favorite is a good sourdough. Sourdough grilled cheese. Alright? That's like the one recipe I know how to make, Morgan. Take a sourdough bread, either mayonnaise or butter. Alright? You grill that till it's nice and browned. But the cheese you get, white cheddar and American, mix it together, slap it together, tastes amazing. Alright, for reals this time, I'm going to have to go have a talk with the kid about what's going on with this. And then I will see you over on the photo sharing app, the purple and pink one. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to read another story. Same username as right here, okay? And I will see you. Have a wonderful New Year's Eve, everyone. I'll see you in 5 minutes, okay? All right. Yes. You know exactly where we're going. All right. Kid, you got to turn this off, okay? We're turning it off now.